Hello guys and welcome to Tranquil Coder. Today we will learn to multiply two metrics by accepting input from the user. So for this purpose we will use Eclipse IDE. So let's go ahead and open Eclipse IDE, and here we are. We're promoted to this first page. Now go ahead and press File, New, Java Project, or you can directly go to this small button right here, click Java Project, and then just go ahead and name your project. I will name my project Matrix, let's go ahead and give it this one, Matrix, and this will be saved in this location. If you want to change this folder, just uncheck this box and go to browser and then choose I'll leave it default, and I think this setting is fine for now. Let's go ahead and click finish. Now just go to this left hand side of your screen and then just click the source folder. Just click this button right here, or you can directly click to this matrix and go to new and click class. I'll name my class main, and just check this box. You will know why you did this, because we are just importing this main method right from this main class. So now here we are promoted to this. Let's erase this comment, and now let's start our code by asking the user to enter the number of rows for first matrix. So for that I'll type system.out.print. So let's give m1 to our first matrix and write a number of rows in this way. And now once we have created this we need to create an object that will accept input from the user. So for that purpose I'll create scanner input equals to new scanner, and it's system.in. So what this does is, this is simply creating an object named input so that we can accept input from the user. So now let's just there's one problem over here, just because I haven't imported the scanner from Java. So you can either click over here and just double click here, or you can just click Control Shift and O for that purpose. Now let's go ahead and make an value so that it will accept row from the user. So this will be equal to input.next int, and this is done. So we accepted the number of rows for first matrix. Now in the similar ways, let's go ahead and accept the number of columns for the first matrix. So m1, let's write number of columns. So now once it's done, we will do the same thing. Int column is equal to input dot next int, and then we'll close this. So now we have created two variables right here so that we will accept the number of rows and number of columns of first matrix. Similarly, you have to do the same thing for the second matrix. So I'm lazy, so I hope you're lazy too, so just copy it and paste it. So for this we'll do m2 for the m2 means number of rows for the second matrix, and we will give this row 2, and let's go ahead and give this m2 number of columns for the second matrix, and let's give column col2. So in this way we have accepted input from the user, and now we need to create matrix. So let's go ahead and create for our first matrix first. It's like multi-dimensional array, so we have to give this 1 and 2 over there, and equals to new int. And so this is the first matrix, so number of this is for the first matrix row, and this is for the first matrix column. So let's go ahead and write row and then column. So I guess you got it. We're just creating a matrix with user defined rows and columns. Similarly, let's go ahead and create a second matrix. So for that multi-dimensional array, matrix 2, I think there's my spelling mistake. Oh, that's not a problem. A new int, and let's go ahead and type row first. I think, oh sorry, it's row 2, and it's column 2. All right, so I guess you got the idea over here. It's matrix first, and you accepted the number of rows and number of columns, and matrix second. And now for the output, so we will declare result result. So this is just for result, that means new int. So this will be row and this will be col2. I guess you get the idea, because if we can multiply these two matrices, then this column and this row must be equal, which will ultimately get cancelled, and finally we'll get the result of matrix having row and this column in this way. So now let's go ahead and give a condition. If column is equal to row 2, then only we will multiply the matrix. All right, so if this is only equal, so this is the standard condition, so that the matrix will be multiplied, else we will print that sysO will print that matrix cannot be multiplied. Oh, sorry, it's fine. I mean, make sure that you get this spelling incorrect. All right, I'm just kidding. Okay, now after we have given the condition, now let's accept the input from the user. I mean, this we have just accepted the number of rows. Now we'll accept the integers from the user. So for that, let's go ahead and give a for loop. So int a equals to 0, a is smaller than row. Let's go ahead and give a plus plus, and similarly let's do for it for the same for the column, b equals to 0, and then b is smaller than, it's like column, and then b plus plus. So now let's go and write sys out. I'll give it m1. Oh, this is for m1 percentage d row, and okay, let's give element of, let's give like element of percentage d row, percentage d column, and then here's ln. So let's give it, I'll give print format printf. So now I can just add like a plus 1, because in an array the first number, I mean the first rank will be 0 0. So for that you will be confused, so I'll just keep 1 and 1. So this will be easy for you guys, I mean for the users. Actually we're creating for the users. Okay, now let's go ahead and accept the input matrix 1, and let's go ahead and give a and b is equal to input dot next int in this way. So now we have accepted the input for first matrix. Similarly, let's go ahead and do the same for the second matrix. So we are lazy, so let's go ahead and copy the code and paste it. So let's leave this row 2, so that this will, we're comparing for the second matrix, column 2 for the second matrix. Let's go ahead and give it like m2. This is for the second matrix, and this is also for the second matrix. So hopefully you got the idea. I mean, it's the same, it's creating for loop. I mean, writing is boring, so I just copied it from above. And if you're finding it difficult, then you can just slow down a little bit and grasp the idea what I did over here. And after doing this, the only thing left is to the matrix after multiply multi. Okay, just let's not write that. We will just write m1 into m2 is equal to, and then we will multiply these two matrices, so the output as well. So for that, let's go ahead and create a for loop. For this time, you have to listen to it very carefully. I mean observe it very carefully. So let's go ahead and create a for loop. So I'll give the same integer a. Don't be confused, like here is also a, here is also a. These are three different conditions, so it doesn't matter. This a is only for this a will start from this bracket over here and end up to this bracket over here. So I created another a over here. So now let's go ahead and do like a is smaller than row, and let's go a plus plus. So now again we will do for int b is equal to 0. You can give any variable over here, all right, but if you want to keep up with me, then just keep b for simplicity. So b is smaller than col2. You'll understand this while I'm doing this over here. And for int c is equal to 0, and then you will just give a condition like c is smaller than you'll just give like column, and then you'll just print C++. So why I did this over here? So to understand this, I will show you an example. So in matrix, if you want to multiply this 2 with this 7 in this way, 2 into 7 and plus 4 into 9, you have to create an enhanced for loop like this. Then only you can multiply in this order, 2 into 7 and 4 into 9. Similarly, it will go to next box in this way, 2 into 8 and 4 into 5. So to satisfy this condition, I just gave this. So hopefully you got the idea. I just give row. So this row is a first matrix, this column second is a column of second matrix, and this column is a first matrix. You can either give here you can give here something like row 2 as well, but it's fine the either ways. So now let's go ahead and multiply the matrix. So to multiply the matrix, I will create a variable that known as sum, and I'll assign a value of 0 to it so that I can use it over here. So sum is equal to sum plus, there is matrix, matrix first, and you will just do A, and then you will just do C, and you will multiply this with matrix matrix 2, and you'll just do the exact opposite, C, and then you can just give B right here. So in this way you will get this sum over here. And now after calculating the sum, you will store the sum, just keep a bracket over here and just go down here, so that we will only be inside these two for loop, and this for loop is over here, and then just go there and type result, result, that you have already declared this result over here to get the result. So now let's go ahead and give A, and this is like here, so this is B is equal to sun sum. All right, so hopefully you got the idea. I'm just storing the result I obtained from this operation into result A, B, and let's assign sum equals to 0, so that once it goes to another loop, it will give 0 to this sum, and we can do the same operation again. You will find it difficult to understand this part especially, so I suggest you repeating the video once or twice, or maybe doing the same stuff. I mean, doing the same stuff is better. I was just trying to increase my views. Don't mind that. Okay, now after doing this, you will display the result. So to display the result, it's the same. So it's like for int A equals to 0, A is smaller than row, and A plus plus, and similarly for int B equals to 0, and B is smaller than col2. Why I did this? Any guesses? All right, let me know in the comment box below, but don't cheat. Before watching the video, you have to guess it. All right, so I did this because actually you can see here, this is 2 into 2 matrix, and this is also 2 into 2 matrix. So the first row column and row column, so the column of first matrix and the row of second matrix gets cancelled, and finally the remaining row and column will only be used over here. So I did the same one. So the first row and the second column in over here as well, the first row and the second column will only be our result. So for that, let's go ahead and give the system out result. So I'll just give A, and I'll just give B. So in this way you display the results. So but if you want to print this in matrix form, then just follow this order, print F, and then just give a plus sign over here and give a tab, and then just go down a little bit and just type system a little bit, and maybe /n. I mean, it's the same thing, but I like print format. So we have done this. Now let's go ahead and check our program. So for that, I will just go ahead here and click this run button. Now let's give the number of rows for the first matrix. I'll give like 1, and I'll give like 3, and I'll give like 2 number of rows for the second matrix, and I'll give like 4. Oh, this matrix cannot be multiplied. Oh, this is a spelling mistake. Don't mind this, but this is the condition that we wanted to be shown when the number of columns of first matrix and number of rows of second matrix is not the same, and this is being displayed out here. So we're happy. And now let's go to the real operation. So now let's give an 2 and then 3 and then 3 and then 2. Now it asks for the element, so let's give a random element like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now element of second row, third means third column, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now so this is the final result. I mean, if you're getting confused, then you can just provide a bit of what do you say, like sysol. Let's go ahead and print a line breaker over here so that you will find it a bit of interesting. And for simplicity, I mean, this program is already done. I mean, if you want to get the exact result, let's go, I'll show you. Let's go ahead and give the order of 2 into 2 matrix and just write down the exact number like 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and give it the same number. It's like 2, 4, 5, 6. So it's done. Now for the second matrix, let's go ahead and 7, 8, 9, 5. So it's like 7, 8, 9, and then 5. So our result must be the same that we obtained here, 50, 36, 89, and 70. So it's 50, 36, 89, and 70. So this ensures that our program is running fine. Now, if you want to make this program look a bit better, I mean, not a bit better, actually pretty much better. So you will display the matrix that you have recently inputted. So for that, let's go ahead and go to this first condition that we gave here to accept the input. So now at the end of this for loop, we'll give another for loop giving the same values. A equals to 0, A is smaller than row, and then we'll give like A++, and we'll go to downward, we'll give the same for A. Okay, let's go ahead and give like B is equal to 0. Oh, sorry, it's like integer. And then let's go ahead and give like B is smaller than column, and then B++. I mean, if you're not getting me, and if I'm way too fast for you, then you can just go to the YouTube, play a system, and just slow down this video a little bit. All right, so now let's go ahead and give the output of first matrix. So matrix first, this will be equals to A, and this will be equals to B. And I think we're done for the first matrix, and let's go and do the same thing for the second matrix as well. I'll just do like I'll just keep a couple of line breakers over here in this way, so this will make it look a bit nice than the usual one. So now I will not write the code again. I'll just copy this, I'll just paste this, and I'll just erase this for now, because we don't need this. We just wanted to print it, so I think system.out.print is fine for us. Now let's go ahead and erase this. Only this is necessary for us. So for now, we will just print matrix 2 A and then B. So what this will do is what's the mistake over here? METRX matrix 2 A and B. Is there any mistake? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and check that out. Change to print. Okay, I'll just print ln. Okay, print F, and just to display this matrix in matrix form, I will just do a couple of tricks over here. System out, you can just copy me. All right, just do like print F. This will just display the matrix in proper format. That's all. If you don't want to do it, your program is already completed. You can skip the video, but watching this will make you a bit more advanced programmer. I'm just kidding. This will make your program a bit better than before. So let's go ahead and make this printf as well. And let's go and put plus sign over there, and let's go and put like slash n. So in this way, we have completed the program, and now let's run it for now. So after running the program, we are asked like, so we'll give like 2, 3, and then 3, and then 2. All right, so now it asks for the elements, so I'll give like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then now, just if you will look at over here, it is displaying in this order. So why is it displaying in this order? I guess there's a mistake out here. Oh, this is not slash n, this is slash t right here. We just should give the indentations over here, but I just keep it a line breaker. So now let's go ahead and run this program again. So let's go ahead and 2, 3, and then 3, and then 2. Let's give 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, and look, so what we entered in the first matrix, it is represented over here 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this will make us a bit clear. So now let's keep 7 8 9 4 5 6. So this is also displaying like 7 8 9 7 8 9, as you can see, like 7 8 9 4 5 6. And now finally our result is over here. M1 into M2 equals to 61 52 124 and 106. So this is all for today, and I am displaying this code and I'm giving this code right away in my GitHub repository. You can just find it below, I mean in my comment. If you don't want to watch the video, if you just want the code, then just go down below and click the link to my GitHub repository where you can copy the code and paste it to your IDE. But don't forget to give the main name to your class, else just give main name to your class and erase the whole code and just copy my code. So in this way you can just get the exact thing you wanted. So peace out and happy coding.